And welcome back to WCW Worldwide. It's time now for AskWCW.com, and I can't wait for this one. What can you say about Gene Okerlund that hasn't been said on the bathroom wall in Sheboygan for the last 35 years? But we're going to try. This week, our question is from David King of Arizona City, Arizona. His question for Gene Okerlund: which WCW superstar have you enjoyed interviewing the most, and why? David, here's your answer.
Dave, that's a very good question. As a matter of fact, my career, as you know, spans now going on a fourth decade. So through the years, I've had a lot of favorites as far as interviews concerned. Going back into the 70s, certainly the Crusher, the Bruiser, Mad Dog Vachon, Nick Bockwinkel, all of those were favorites. In the 80s, you've got to talk about the likes of Hulk Hogan, the Macho Man, Roddy Piper, and a cast of thousands. In the 90s, we've got a whole fleet of great stars, but I'd have to say that as we enter this decade, over the past 25 years, the gentleman that I've enjoyed interviewing the most is none other than the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. He can work the mic, he can work the camera, he can work the crowd, and he can certainly work in the ring.
What a feather in the cap of Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, the CEO, the boss of WCW. You know, Gene Okerlund has interviewed every superstar in this sport, past, present, and quite frankly, the future as well. Gene Okerlund picks Ric Flair. I gotta agree with that. And David King from Arizona City, because we used your question, you get a WCW Worldwide t-shirt. You know the drill. If you've got a question for a WCW superstar, send it to AskWCW@WCW.com. Send us your t-shirt size, and if we use your question, you get the shirt and you get to hear your name right here on Worldwide, Mike.
Well, you were talking about Ric Flair being among the most memorable of all interviews, and I have to agree with you as well. But David, to answer your question, you know, I reflect back to 1995, the first pay-per-view event that I was ever associated with WCW, and my first interview was with, well, the Harlem Heat, World Tag Team Champions at the time, managed by Sensational Sherry. And on that same pay-per-view event, when Vader grabbed me around the neck and took me and just slammed me right up against that metal locker.
Hang on a minute.
These are the things that...
Does this story have a point?
Well, you know,
it has
David...
nothing to do with David's question or Gene's answer.
Well, David from Arizona.
It's Arizona City, Arizona.
The town's so nice, they had to name it twice. I think he was just curious, and I think he probably would like to know about, my interview experience as well.
You know what? Let me look. He didn't write to you at all.
Well, then send him what? What? He didn't write to me at all.
When we come back to WCW Worldwide, we'll take a look at my exclusive one-on-one interview with Shane Douglas. What makes a man the franchise? We'll find out next.